Welcome to episode 22 of Sneaky Athletic. This week we're going to talk about beef, lifestyle, Google this, what the feed, a little SAP MDB. Of course, we got the NBA Finals. We got the Raptors there. Yeah, we got a little parade talk with them and the Blues winning the Stanley Cup. We're going to talk College World Series right here in the Heartland. Don't forget about it. We also have a merch giveaway coming up. We'll discuss that. We got some fake takes, and then we'll get to the Q&As that we collected this week. But before we get to all that, I'm going to read an ad from our trusty friends at Fertilizer Service Company. Everyone loves a good hometown hero, like the Blues who brought back a Stanley Cup to Missouri.
Not me.
Well, if you want to avoid the Blues and also bring home the goods this harvest season, support another champion of the Midwest and give our boys at Fertilizer Service Company a call at 660-686-2402 and make sure to like their Facebook page. They're off Highway 59 in Fairfax, Missouri, keeping God's country as good as she grows. All right, let's get started. Off the fly. All right. How's your weekend, man?
How's your weekend? You're in wedding season.
Dude, it's swamped. I love all of it because I get to see everybody I love, but it's busy, man. It's making my room a mess because,
Yeah, my room's been getting worse and worse, but...
Because I come back and I have to unpack, and then I'm like, fuck, I don't want to put everything away.
I just unpack the day of, and then all the other responsibilities, I put them off a day.
Yeah, but then that cycle builds for me because I don't have any
I got to give myself the one-day thing, or else it all just continually be dragged down. But if I be a complete piece of crap day one, I just won't let myself do that the next day.
True. So before we get into the topics, I want to talk about the studio upgrades we got going right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so this episode will be up on YouTube. 100%.
Super
looking
sunlight.
at the camera right now. Yeah, we got new lights.
I'm blinded.
Yeah, honestly. Don't stare at them too much.
I feel like Trump during the eclipse.
Just finished the background. It's all looking pretty good.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. The shitty thing is we move in a month and a half.
Yeah, so I went through an hour's worth of work today that's going to have to be torn down at some point, but it'll be worth it.
Mm-hmm. Slowly but surely.
Worth the clout. So
still need the intern, though. That's what'll help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So email it in.
100%.
So what's your beef for this week?
I got two of them. My first one is commercials that have heterosexual relationships. The height difference is never accurate.
Oh, you just broke the glass for me there. I don't think I've ever realized that.
It's never, ever. I've never seen a woman date that low below her height.
True.
And whenever, I get it if they're rich or something, but they're just in, this middle-class suburban home, I don't know.
But I do know what you're saying.
Cut it out.
They're trying to make everything, too symmetrical, and
I guess
it just doesn't typically happen. Guys are taller than girls. It's just a fact.
And I don't know any girl who's, going to date a foot below her. Maybe if you're super tall, you, don't care at all, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, my other one is American flag price gouging. This American flag that I saw that was made in China, which is a small, super small flag. I mean, the size of your computer screen.
Like the ones they put on the stick or whatever?
Right. It was how much does that make cost to make? Less than $1 probably? Guess how much they were selling it for?
How much?
$17.76.
Oh, yeah.
Really playing that card on you. But, didn't like that this week.
That's tough. So,
un-American, really.
My beef, I know I was hyping the studio up just a second ago, but my beef is also with the studio because it's 1,000 degrees in here.
Yeah, it is. Well, there's no vents.
There's no vents. We podcast through rain, shine, whatever.
And it's a lot easier inside.
It is a lot easier inside. But in the winter, it's typically freezing in here.
Mm-hmm.
So when we first started, it was fine. You just put a blanket or a sweatshirt on, whatever. It's too hot.
We can start podcasting naked and then make a calendar.
Yeah, the YouTube community probably like that.
Well, there are pedophiles in there, if you recall
Oh,
back.
Yeah. So
We're out to get you.
You got any lifestyle tips for the?
Of course I do. Eating etiquette this week. So
we have like ours are a good 1-2 punch.
we on a wave.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who are just messy eaters. Like, I don't know why no one told you this. You're old enough to know, but bring your mouth to the bowl.
Yeah. Chew with your mouth closed.
That was my other thing. Is I get that there's sometimes emergencies. Like whatever. Like it's hot, or somebody asks you a question. Just cover it up.
Yeah.
How is that hard?
It's just simple.
It's really hard to describe covering up your mouth with your hand without actually.
It makes for great radio.
100%.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my lifestyle tip is know your crowd. So with me, I'm bouncing around every weekend to all these weddings and
Life
stuff.
of the party.
Yeah, well, it's
Social butterfly.
Know how to play your role, because at first, a lot of the times when you're going into, let's just do weddings because they've been a big topic. There's a lot of blue hairs. There's a lot of older people. There's also a lot of kids. It's you gotta wait it out until you get to your crowd where you can act a fool. There's a lot of stuff like that, but it's also at work. Just know who you're around and what you're don't be cracking dirty jokes when you're in a room full of ladies.
Sometimes
who
I
aren't
drop
gonna...
the F-bomb at work.
Yeah.
And it's oh, my boss is 2 years older than me. He doesn't care.
Yeah. So that's just my tip is just know who you're around.
It's insane.
Play the field.
Workplace etiquette is just mind-boggling how that just escapes people. Yeah,
I think also with seniority, workplace etiquette slowly fades. Because I notice obviously the tenured professors that I work with don't give a fuck about what's going on.
Right.
They just don't play by the rules. But then students or people who just got their job are very strict, dressing by the code. Whereas one of my bosses just wears scrubs every day, doesn't care.
I mean, comes with it, yeah.
Yeah, can't be fired. So I'm gonna go.
Do you want to Do you want to dig into that?
No, I mean if you want to.
No, not really.
So I'm gonna go with my Google this first.
Go ahead.
Because I thought this was just kind of weird, and I'm somewhat interested in it. But so 9.
You don't sound very excited.
Because I'm trying to read. I don't like to read.
Oh, is it hard?
Reading is hard for me. I don't read at a very high level. It's a fun fact. Just so you know.
I'm crying.
Good.
Okay.
So 9 Americans have died in the Dominican in the last 18 months.
Yeah, this is fucking stupid.
It's super weird. They can't connect the deaths. They don't know what's going on, but now they've really cinched up their food and drink policies and everything. But a guy was just found he's visited the Dominican a bunch of times, and this morning or yesterday morning was just found in his hotel room dead.
Quit going.
Yeah, I'm done.
I mean, if someone dies there for unexplained reasons, and it's not necessarily anything that I have to go to, I'm not going.
Yeah, and it's not like somebody died there. Once every 2 months, someone is dying there, and they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yep.
Count me out.
That's like the butterfly fever and got.
For sure.
My Google this is 17th century Roman Catholic priests who were going and they would do exorcisms or, holy executions because the church was essentially the state. So that's the the biggest event of the town there.
Yeah, the sacrifice.
And everybody comes and sees it. Well, the hanging, it's a public execution.
Oh.
Or it's a public exorcism, which I didn't know that they had those. So
they were crazy back in the day. I mean, if you don't have TV, you just need some kind of entertainment.
They literally burned people at the stake, and everyone came and watched.
Yeah.
So whenever they died, it doesn't matter if it's a high up priest or if it's someone who's low, or even a priest who is accused of being possessed. Also, fun fact: the devil can stand trial and witness in a trial through the Catholic Church as long as the devil is possessing a priest.
So they would witness the devil, they would testify, the devil would come in and testify?
Well, anything is applicable as evidence that comes as a vision or any sort of hearsay.
So somebody would come and be the devil told me.
Well, what would happen is they would say that, oh, it's hallucinating, those people are just lying, they're saying BS, but whenever they say, oh, they're talking through a priest, now it can't be lies. That person could be crazy and just absolutely spouting off nonsense bullshit that doesn't make sense, but then they have to be like, oh, no, they're being real, kind of giving some validity to the nonsense claim so they can go ahead with
I forget how much power the church had back in the day.
It was wild. So these people, whenever they would die, would just, like, it was a smash and grab of if they were burned to the stake, like going up and getting, like, pieces of the skull and teeth and all sorts of stuff as, like, a holy relic, because either one, that person was innocent and just died as a holy martyr, or two, that person literally was, cleansed by fire and needs to be taken back. And like they would do it to priest chambers or priest caskets, and I mean literally break it in and just grab everything that they could.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That shit freaks me out. And that's why when people are like, would you rather live, like in the future, or would you rather like go back in the past with the knowledge you know now, or be like rich back? Fuck that.
I would rather go forward, but if I have to go back, like I'm not wanting any technology.
Or if I go back, I have to be fucking loaded.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not living a peasant's life.
Yeah, being a pauper back in the day would just suck.
Oh. Yeah. Anything else suck on your feeds this week? Because I got a wild one from
Let me hear it.
OJ. Have you been keeping up with his Twitter?
Somewhat. I followed him, but then he didn't post anything for a while. He went like a day and a half, and I was like, I'll just unfollow him, and I know I'll see it on my feed anyways. So
True.
That way I don't have to follow him.
Well, on Father's Day, he renounced
Banana Land
any claim of Chloe being his kid on Father's Day.
Speaking of another problematic character, do you see what Bill Cosby's Twitter tweeted out on Father's Day?
No.
Said something about being America's dad. Because his Twitter account's run by like his wife.
Pippity poppity.
It's fucking weird.
Ugh.
But yeah, he with the worst video quality.
Called daddy.
OJ. Oh yeah. Well, they didn't say much.
Let's move on. Yeah.
OJ's video quality on that video, terrible.
I mean, he's probably
like
using
iPhone
the
3
front-facing camera
off his like 08 Dell laptop.
Well, he's broke.
Yeah.
Creative bookkeeping.
That's why he went to jail.
Did he?
It was a lot of like forgery and shit. Yeah. They got his ass.
Fun fact, the verdict, whenever they explained it, they said that this is not for any previous crimes.
But it really was.
It was the most, we're saying this so everyone knows what's going on.
We say we're going by the book. So my what the feed was, there's this Parkland, which was the shooting down in Florida at that high school. A Parkland survivor was rejected from Harvard after the admissions board found or was sent a bunch of racist remarks that he said. It was in January of 2018. So he went on Fox News today, and they were interviewing him. We'll listen to this, though. So he went on there, and they're interviewing him, and they're like, well, why do you think they should accept you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, Harvard, if you do know, was founded in the 1600s by slave owners, and we forgave them. And so I think they should, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, I think they should basically forgive me for my remarks. And the host was like, you understand what you said was like a year and a half ago, right? And he was like, oh, okay. Like, just shut down.
My thing,
it was insane to watch just an 18-year-old just stop. Like, he just had no reply to that.
He didn't,
They found a thing where he said that, like, he dropped the N-word, and I don't know if it was a group text or...
What merits did he get on in the first place? Like,
I don't think his scores were that great anyway.
Yeah,
so
he
they
was
were
a shooting survivor.
Yeah, they were letting him in through that, like, through his stuff like that. But he dropped the N-word like 9 times in a single, like, conversation. Bless you. But yeah, and then he was like, well, I think they should forgive me because of the racist stuff they did in the 1600s.
White privilege.
Yeah. So I was just sitting there like, how is this real?
Well, if your house is going to go underwater, you sell it. And if people are going to be racist, you still be racist.
Yeah. I guess that's what Ben Shapiro and this Parkland survivor would tell you.
Yep. 100%. Any good movies?
So
we're not political. Mine's kind of...
I had to dip back in the well for a show that I really did love. It's on Netflix. They're coming out. There's only 1 season now, but they're coming out with season 2. Russian Doll. So it's a show about a lady who relives her life. She relives her birthday party over and over again. It's a comedy, and it kind of gets like dark a little bit. I really enjoyed it.
Huh.
It's in New York, and she just chain smokes cigarettes the whole time, tells everybody to fuck off.
Sounds like a New Yorker.
Yeah, it's a good show, though.
Mine's about Rolling Thunder, which is a Bob Dylan documentary by Martin Scorsese. And I really thought of Bob Dylan as like this folky, like the times are changing, blowing in the wind, like a Rolling Stone guy. And dude was kind of a rock star. Like, I mean, face painted like Kiss, eye makeup.
Yeah.
I had no idea. It was kind of interesting. It's a little long. It doesn't really have a solid storyline. It just kind of goes through and says, you know, hey, here is the explanation of this song, or here's this person's connection to Dylan and the tour. But, I mean, if you're into that thing, it's a good watch. If you're not, it's going to be hard.
Is it like a straight-up documentary or like a docudrama? Where it's like, is it like actual footage of him, or is it actors portraying him?
It's actual footage.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's just like an actual documentary.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that sounds pretty interesting.
If you're into it, you'll like it. If you're not, steer clear. Steer real clear.
Yeah. All right, now let's...
Big news, yeah.
Let's talk NBA.
So, you know, free agency's coming up. There's a lot of draft talk going on.
Did you forget about the Raptors winning the...
I don't care about them.
Nobody did. It was awesome.
This is America.
It's so fucking funny.
Well, here's the thing is, in any other presidency, no team from Canada's won.
Okay.
It's my Trump conspiracy for the week.
Are they going to go visit the White House?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think that's... I think they would go visit the Capitol in Canada.
I don't know. Do they have a lady? They're technically under the Queen of England.
They would go visit the Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah.
I would assume.
The PM.
The PM. That's a little bodyguard shout out.
10.
That's back to England. All right.
Okay. So, do you want to talk about that? Because, I mean, we can
dive. Let's dive into free agency a little bit. Or do you want,
yeah. I got
let's
a 2 minute
go into free
drill.
agency. Then okay, you do your 2 minute, then I'll go on my parade rant, and we'll go from there.
Oh, you're combining? But do you not have beef with the NHL parade?
Yeah, I'm going to transition from one to the other and talk. So hit us with your 2 minutes.
All right. We should probably cut every bit of that.
Okay.
All
right. Hit us with your 2 minutes.
Yeah. We have almost 50% of the NBA coming up for free agency. So it's going to be a big, big summer. Here's what every team needs to do. Denver Nuggets, big free agent. Portland Trailblazers, figure something out. Utah Jazz, you need more offense. Oklahoma City Thunder, can you learn consistency? No. Timberwolves, get rid of Wiggins. Warriors, re-sign Clay. LA Clippers, sign Kawhi.
Good luck.
Kings, time to stop being a year away for the last 5 years.
Potentially.
LA Lakers, a point guard is necessary for basketball.
100%.
Phoenix Suns, go fuck yourself. Houston Rockets, squash the beef or the beef squashes you. San Antonio, Pop or LaMarcus, pick your poison. Memphis Grizzlies, get rid of point guard Voldemort. New Orleans Pelicans, so Zion's your center now? Dallas Mavericks, tap into your Republican fan base. Toronto Raptors, keep Kawhi from leaving. 76ers, stop trusting the process. Boston Celtics, round earth, new horizons. Brooklyn Nets, let the Knicks have Kyrie. New York Knicks, deal Frank to Boston for the picks. They don't want more than 3 rookies on the roster. They got 3 picks. Interesting little detail there. Milwaukee Bucks, re-sign Brook Lopez. Indiana Pacers, wait for everyone else to overspend because that's the only shot you have. Detroit Pistons, trade Blake or get more than 3 players that I know on your team.
For real.
Chicago Bulls, just sell the team. That's it.
Yeah.
Cleveland Cavaliers, trade K-Love, Orlando Magic. Orlando. I don't know where to begin. I got so much stuff. Charlotte Hornets, diagnosis is in. Batum, cancer, not benign. Washington Wizards, Magician Masai. Atlanta Hawks. Ugh. Trust the process.
Okay.
Trust
it. That was a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of my big takeaways. The Cavs need to get rid of Dan Gilbert, or Dan Gilbert needs to get rid of them.
Yeah.
If they ever want to be good.
I don't disagree with that.
If you lose LeBron James twice, come on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the best thing that ever happened to that organization was LeBron being born in that state.
Yeah, I think
Easily.
I think our two big I think the Clippers and the Nets are either hit big or die.
I think the Nets will be fine.
I know the Clippers they made the playoffs on that late run, but I think they either get Kawhi and are fine, or they literally get nobody.
I mean, they're okay.
I know they're LA and they're a destination. Technically,
they're not that bad of a team.
No, but I don't see them moving from being that 8th seed in the playoffs if they don't do anything, and I don't you know what I mean.
I mean, Landry probably gets a little bit better.
Is Kyrie a Cancer also?
Yeah,
or a Capricorn, but
I don't know which one, honestly.
Yeah. But he's something.
Yeah, it's just this whole deal of, one, you have to deal with his presence and, either get someone else who's going to be the leader so he can't go with KD anywhere.
No.
Or, you put him on a team where he can just get lost in the mess, like the Knicks.
The Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lakers, so they got AD, if you didn't hear.
Mm-hmm.
Big news. Dropped while I was in a wedding. How unconsiderate of Woj. Fucking dickhead.
How excited are you to go to these weddings? Because you've only said it 3 times.
I love them all. Let's get past that.
Oh, fair enough. So the Pelicans are really in a spot to where they can just fuck over the Lakers. I don't really know why they didn't have this set in stone.
Why do NBA teams have to make everything so fucking complicated? I can't just understand a trade. If it happens earlier, it benefits the Lakers. If it happens later, it benefits the Pelicans. Has to do with cap room. Also, if it happens later, I think the Lakers get to choose the Pelicans pick.
So AD can essentially control about $4 million by himself by waiving a trade clause. And then the Pelicans, they agreed to the trade before this would happen. But if they signed it later, which would be LA takes whatever pick the Pelicans want there, which the Pelicans are probably going to trade away anyways. They're looking to get rid of that because they need another big man.
Yeah.
But they're wanting to do it now because then they have more cap space. But if they do it later, then that contract goes to the Lakers and they can then trade it over. And it's a little bit more of a swap for the AD contract, so they end up getting a little bit more room because then they're shipping
and then they
off
get a max,
all
right?
contracts. Yeah, because whenever you ship off picks, it doesn't count against your salary.
Yeah.
So you're shipping off all your contracts then because you just added one for the pick versus now where you'll have less room because you're shipping off just picks and not actual money.
Shit's so complicated. But I do love how Vegas just immediately, makes it the Lakers.
They won't win the West, or they won't be the top team in the West. I'm telling you that right now. And I got 2 words for you. Load management.
Well, and how many times has LeBron's team been the number 1 seed in their conference?
Not very often. He sits a lot.
He doesn't do that. He saves it up. So I don't think they'll be the 1 seed, or if they even are the 1 seed, they won't be the 1 overall. I think the Bucks are going to maintain that on their side, or the Raptors, one of the two, will be the 1 overall. Because the Warriors are just going to be banged up.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Next year will really be a fluke. I think someone's going to bite after this season because somebody like Portland, who's just a step away, or Denver, is going to be like, oh, we did really well, but not really take into consideration the fact that everyone else was trash during the season.
So the Raptors did win. They had a big parade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did clearly beat up a broken Warriors team. But, I mean, that's fine. The Warriors...
Everybody's breaking up.
The Warriors have fucking won some of theirs off the Cavs being,
100%.
a broken
That's
team.
how they started their reign, and that's how it goes on. I think it's just, you got to put
Who knows
together.
if they even get KD if they lose to a healthy LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love.
Kyrie is probably going to go to New York because he signed with Clutch Sports, but it's also kind of interesting.
That's Jay-Z, right?
Yeah, it's Jay-Z. Also part Brooklyn Nets owner before he had to relinquish it because of the sports.
Yeah.
But the other big thing is Boston's probably going to lose Al Horford. So they might have another
he's restructuring, right?
No, they were trying to talk it out. He essentially said we can't come to terms right now because they're not trying to sign him for very long. He wants a 3-4 year deal. They're not about it. He's old, a big
he
man.
knows he's at the end, so he's trying to restructure for some length.
And they don't want to do it, so he's going to enter free agency. If they lose all of their contracts, just let them go. 32.9 million, which is a
Max. Yeah. Interesting. That shit's crazy.
But
That's so hard to follow.
100%. Raptors will have another spot open if Kawhi leaves, but I think they're putting all their eggs in that basket.
He's so hard to fucking decipher.
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying their damnedest. I mean, even Kyle shouting MVP there. And
Drake was on the parade floats. He had his private plane, it's not a jet. It's a full on 747.
He redid the inside.
Yeah, doing flyovers the whole parade. It cost $70,000 to fill the tank on his plane, and he was having it doing flyovers, constantly. They had 3 million people show up to their parade.
Toronto's a city of 5.6.
Yeah.
Wow.
3 million. It was in the greater area. I saw an estimate. It was 5% of Canada's population.
Yeah.
Was there watching the parade.
Well, I mean, Canada, 50% of their GDP is through Toronto. So
yeah.
I mean, that's wild. You said 3 million.
That's just a quick estimate that I saw on Twitter.
Wow. I mean, yeah, there's no way to actually.
And that was at the parade, and then I think they estimated off of what Toronto was dealing with tourism wise on the population of Canada being there, and it was 5% or 3%.
That's wild. I mean, I'm looking at the greater population right now, and it's 2.7 million
of Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More people
were there
than in the city of Toronto.
Yeah. That's banana land. They're showing out. They were chanting 1 more year, and then Kyle Lowry was
5 more.
5 more years. 5 more years.
37 million people in Canada.
So I was wrong. That's what is that? That's 20%. That's an insane amount. No, it's not 20. It's 3 million. 37 million, you said?
Doing math really makes for great radio. If we're going to go down that.
8%. 8%.
That's nuts.
Of the population of a country was at a parade to celebrate Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors.
And he's later. Did you see him rolling up a blunt in the fucking
Oh, that
car?
was insane. You could tell.
Yeah.
And then he was chiefing cigars the whole parade.
Gotta get it right.
Yeah. So from one parade to another.
We went blues.
Yeah. Brett Hull.
Brett, yeah.
The drunkest human on the planet Earth.
Well, we can't say that for sure. We
on
weren't
camera.
There, but
drunkest person on camera.
He's probably most hammered. Yeah.
On Saturday was singing Gloria.
Yeah, it was aggressive.
And he was we went blues.
That's the worst thing about being a Bruins fan right now is Gloria's kind of catchy.
Gloria is catchy, yeah. It's a good little theme song, but not when he sings it.
No, that's the worst version I've ever heard.
Oh, by far.
And it's been out 20, 30 years, yeah.
Yeah, and so St. Louis's parade did get rained on. 1.5 mil only showed up.
Yeah, people were celebrating it, and I was looking at pictures of the Blues parade versus the Royals parade, and yikes.
Which is my favorite. I love when Twitter gets into this hot debate of my parade's better than your parade. No, my parade's better. It's fuck off. It's just people celebrating. I don't
Quit
care.
raining on my parade.
Literally, it doesn't matter. People are just celebrating, have a good time. Why do the numbers matter? I've been reporting them obviously just because I think it's funny, and I like all the tweets that comparing pictures. Comparing the parade pictures back and forth. It's fucking hilarious. Because people do get bent out of shape.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sorry that people just don't support you.
And I saw a lot of Chicago Twitter posting there whenever the last, 15
oh my God.
was the last one they won.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
So you like the Blackhawks?
I'm pro Chicago for the time being.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, except the Bulls. I could make more confident front office decisions.
What about the Bears?
No, they're all right. I don't really care. Here's the thing: is they stay just enough above water that I can.
If Mitchell went to Mitch, I'd be more of a Bears fan. Instead of being Mitchell Trubisky, just Mitch Trubisky. That's my take.
A little bit more rugged.
What did I wanted to talk about all the F-bombs on the hot mic when the Blues were holding up the cup.
NBC gave 0 fucks.
Yeah,
the players gave a lot.
Keep it classy, St. Louis.
Well, they played a hell of a game. I mean, Bennington literally played the best game of his life.
Played like the brick wall I talked about.
Yeah, which is rough.
It's insane. He was unstoppable.
Bruins didn't play well. I mean, they got pucks in. They got a lot of shots, but...
They got pucks on net, but...
Unlucky bounces won. Bennington played... Well, actually, Bennington played great one. Unlucky bounces probably 3. And there was a lot of, 50-50 plays that they just weren't doing.
They weren't capitalizing on those rebounds that they typically were. And that's where Bennington's, biggest flaw, I felt like, is his rebounds. He was giving up too many of them. And that one leg save was
nuts.
What...
I'm glad that they didn't get shut out, though.
The leg save and the goal in the first period were the 2 points. So I was like,
the goalie play on both sides was nuts. I mean, Tuukka grabbing that one behind his back.
Yeah, and Chara literally moving Tuukka with his stick. It's insane.
That's what happens when you're 7 foot, bro.
He's a big dog.
Yeah.
Big dogs got to eat.
Well, I'm done with that for,
that's fair.
Probably the rest of the year.
I do love Parade Wars. It gets me going.
Well, we're going to have another one soon for college baseball.
Oh.
And I'm really digging it. I kept saying I was going to watch baseball. And I finally did, but it was college baseball.
You just needed those metal bats.
Something about it really reminds me of playing ball, honestly.
Well, yeah, it's more relatable. The style of play is more similar to what, we would have played when we were in high school playing baseball. Yeah. It's just guys busting their ass off.
Michigan's team is really awesome to watch because, one, their coach doesn't necessarily like traveling teams and, AAU and whatnot. And so he goes to the inner cities and finds like
athletes.
Yeah, the ones that, who are probably multi-sport usually.
Yeah.
And also aren't from big baseball areas and, got a real ragtag team together, and their pitching is good. They play a lot of small ball. They steal a lot of bases.
Yeah, you get your pitchers from the traveling baseball team, and you get your outfielders and shortstop and all that. It's you can coach them how to take a ground ball. And, if they make contact, if they're fast enough, it doesn't matter.
Oh, 100%.
And
they're good. That's the other thing about Michigan playing baseball is it's literally a warm-up for them. This is their peak time. They're playing shitty ball early in the year because they were inside. Literally, they couldn't go and practice as well as everyone else.
Didn't they? They've traveled the whole way, on the road. They haven't played any of these tournament games at home.
Yeah, because they just barely got in. That's the thing is 2 of them, just barely got in this year. And then that Florida guy who's played or coached 40 years.
Florida State's coach is on his last year. He's won 2,100 games, 0 ships.
All-time NCAA winningest coach.
Yeah.
40-plus games won for 40 years or longer.
That's crazy.
Well, it'll be Vanderbilt, Michigan, though.
Really? Okay. I just love the College World Series.
Oh, my God, yeah.
It's so much fun.
I'm listening to it at work. I'm watching it when I get home, and I don't watch baseball like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
The fans are going bananas. Those guys are just playing all out.
Great.
Sliding that Michigan guy who slid into third there.
Oh, he just got sniped.
Fucking ate shit. That was awesome.
Chris Kyle was at the end of the stadium or something.
R.I.P. Man. Hammer him home.
Fake takes?
Yeah, let's hear your fake takes.
All right. I have a couple. I got to pull them up. All right. So, since we were talking about Omaha, the host of the College World Series, Wikipedia lists one of its nicknames as the Big O. So at least the women in Nebraska got one.
Oh.
After his recent retirement, everyone was reminiscing on the good old Josh McCown years.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There weren't many of them. Hey, he made $50 million.
Wild. I can't believe it.
That's insane.
Drake's ex reportedly said, "At least one of us got a ring."
Oh, no.
This one's going to make you way worse.
Okay.
Big Baller Brand on that new wave in New Orleans, the Katrina wave.
Jesus, Murphy. I'm sure you saw LeVar's comments. I knew I wanted him traded, so I said I didn't want him. It's shut up. He's just classic LeVar bullshit.
Play the outcome.
Yeah.
It's not a bad strategy.
Then he was hitting on the First Take host.
She kind of cute.
She is, but
she has IBS though.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
The fart thing.
Yeah. All right, so before we get into our Q&A, we're gonna discuss our merch giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna run this on all 3 of our platforms: Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And the winner will receive a brand new piece of merch. that will be unveiled next week. The merch will be. The contest will start next week. And
same day the episode drops.
Yeah, the winner will be announced on July 4th, and we'll get their merch by the end of July.
Yeah, and be on the lookout for maybe a Twitter poll to decide what shirt we go with.
Yeah.
As well as T-shirts, posters, stickers.
So here is how you enter to win. So you just have to do this on one of the platforms. Just one of them, because we don't want to limit anybody who doesn't have a Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. So on Twitter, you need to follow us and retweet the giveaway tweet.
If you don't follow the account, you're not going to enter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basic giveaway.
Yeah. I mean, this is a free shirt, and it's the comfiest shirt you'll ever wear.
Yeah, aren't they?
Comfiest.
And I look good.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I love about it.
Fits well.
My chest looks big, and I'm not a big-chested man.
Yeah. Makes my biceps look good.
Yeah.
So,
get you one of those.
Yeah, for sure. So, and then on Instagram, you have to follow us, like the post that we'll make, like the giveaway post, and then tag 2 friends. And all the descriptions will be in each, post. And then on Facebook, you'll need to like our page and then like our page, like the post, and share our page.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be entered.
Share the post.
Or share the post, whatever. We'll figure it out. But then the winner will be announced, get a free t-shirt, and it'll be dope. But yeah, definitely look out we'll do a poll on our Instagram story, Facebook page, and Twitter on our new merch. We'll have that ready by next week. And then we'll do our giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want the softest, most comfortable, best fitting shirt
for free
that you'll ever own, for free, just enter. It's real simple.
So I got a question. Whenever you eat McDonald's or whatever, your fries in the drive-thru on the way.
Okay.
You ever just put the fries between your legs, your crotch, and eat?
Yeah.
I was with somebody this weekend, and I told them that they should do that. They're like, "How am I going to eat? You're in my passenger seat." And put the fries in your crotch. Are you joking?
It's like where you put a drink.
They had never done that. Never put fries in the crotch. No. Here's the thing. It was a girl. So I wonder if that plays a factor. I don't know.
Potentially.
But still, it just seems like such a natural, muscle memory reaction to all right, fries here, and I'm driving.
Yeah, drinking the cup holder, fries there.
Right.
Go.
It's 101. Eating in the car.
Yeah. Who raised them?
Well, we shouldn't get into
that. All right. So we had a couple questions. So we'll do our quick Q&A.
Yeah.
These were entered in through Instagram and through our Twitter DMs. So the first one is, when will Alec's dad return with cigs?
Hopefully sometime soon.
Hopefully soon. I had another one, kettle corn or popcorn?
Popcorn.
I'm a popcorn guy through and through.
Yeah. I don't hate kettle corn.
I kind of hate it, but I'll eat it.
Here's the thing. I'm not an elitist, bougie, pretentious popcorn person like you.
I am.
Yeah. I mean, you have the shake and pop.
Yeah, I cook my own. So it's much better that way. Just to let you guys know.
He says that until half the bag goes stale, and then it's really gross.
Well, yeah, because you have to either make it all... Stop. You're going to get me fired up on popcorn.
When's the last time you bought a bag?
It's been a while.
Right, because we've been eating this microwave shit.
Yeah, I'll go buy some. It's only $1.99 or something.
Well, good thing, because you waste half the bag.
So, the next one, 11 Pauls or 11 Searches.
Here's the thing. For the viewers who don't know these people, it's 11 big fullback tight end type dudes versus 11
slot receivers.
Yep.
And they're playing football.
Here's the thing.
Who wins?
I'm the small guy. I've thought about it a lot. And there are times where there's a big guy with momentum coming towards me. I'm just grabbing his legs. And what if I miss? What if the person after you misses? Because we all have one move. And if that guy's really going, I've taken a knee to the helmet before and I just bounce off. I just bing, I'm like a flea, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to score. We're both going to score a lot. But one of us is going to have a little bit easier time stopping the other one.
Yeah. So you're going with the Pauls?
I'm going with the bigger dude, yeah.
Okay. I think I'll take 11 Surges. I don't think he can cover them.
You're going to score all the time. But, it's just harder to complete, 10
six
goes
Pauls
than
and 5
it is.
Surges versus 5 Pauls and 6 Sturgises is a lot easier argument. Because I'm taking the 5 Pauls.
So you're just speaking Chinese to me at this point.
We've had this argument a lot. All right, so let me open up my phone and get to the last couple questions.
Okay.
Because they're in the DMs.
Unprepared, per usual.
Very prepared.
Oh, really? Where's your fake takes?
Okay, calm down. All right. So, what has been the most difficult part about the podcast grind?
So, I mean, either setting things up, like both physically in the room and getting everything ready and like figuring out how to do everything through the computer, or being able to balance the time.
Yeah, I would say the time and then just like equipment in general.
It's a whole new language, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, and even just buying it, like the capital you have to put up front is kind of insane. If we wouldn't have the support that we've gotten from Fertilizer Service Company, we'd be nowhere.
Nice little poster here, too.
Yeah, right there. Okay, so who's been your favorite guest, and who would you like to have on the pod?
Are we doing anybody on the pod? Like, they have to be alive?
Yeah, they have to be alive.
I don't know. You go first with that one. But I will say, like, I grew up with Matt, so I really enjoyed having him on. It was, super natural to just, like, hop in here like that. But I would say probably the most fun I have is some of the stuff that we haven't aired yet.
That's
some of
true.
our secret stuff where,
That's a cheat answer, though.
It's like 3 hours of things. I think that if we ever
Go ahead.
pulled out the right segments from that, it would be great and everyone would love that.
Those are like some evergreen stuff. I can't say JJ because it took me forever to edit that podcast, so I have to say Matt.
Oh, wow.
And
undefeated.
Then, yeah. So then, who would you like to have on the pod?
Go ahead.
I don't know. I want to get somebody local. Like Barry Odom would be cool to have on.
Chris Trevino.
Okay.
What? That's such a good answer.
Okay.
I need you to just sink in the voice of the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean,
he literally walks you around the hospital, tells you not to smoke, which I don't necessarily agree with, but hey, he's there comforting me.
Yeah. All right.
Voice of the Tigers.
I think it'd be cool.
I just want to hear him.
I think I would have liked to have Drew Lock on too, but just to just to fuck with him.
That's interesting. I wouldn't hate that.
Just to be like, do you think you'll ever fill Matty Mock's shoes?
No.
Do you think you'll ever snort as much as Matty Mock did?
No.
Yeah. Just basically do that the whole time. We got who's funnier? Well, me.
We're both gonna say ourselves.
Yeah, that's an easy one. How did we come up with the name?
I was downstairs and you walked to me and you said, "Hey, I figured out a name."
Yeah, I basically stayed up for a week straight. I couldn't sleep at night, and then every single name that came to me, I would just type in my notes app, and then the next morning I would try to look it up. I would try to find that podcast on the iTunes podcast.
They all existed?
They all existed. I was like, Average Joe's. I was like, there's literally a whole company called Average Joe's that makes podcasts. I was like, white man
dodgeball team.
I was like, white man can't jump. I was like, that's way too fucking long. And finally, it just hit me. I wanted to be sports centered and about how we're kind of unathletic, but we really like sports.
Speak for yourself.
Sneaky athletic. What else? And then the final one is, why does Alec laugh so loud?
I can't help it.
Hey, I don't mind it because it's not as loud as JJ's.
Good hearty chuckle. Didn't hurt anyone.
JJ's laugh was...
we shouldn't put too much blame on him because he didn't have headphones.
He didn't have headphones. I'll give him that. And he did a great interview. But we all knew he was loud before he came in.
Yeah, we'll fix it next time because we'll have some stuff cooking.
Peace and love, JJ. I'm glad you came on.
He doesn't like Kyle Lowry.
He didn't like Big Booty Lowry?
I'm sick of the hate on him, man.
Me too.
Draymond tipped that 3, first and foremost. Get that out of the way. But he's been consistent no matter how he shows up.
He came out balling in that last game, too.
And just put the haters to bed. Tucked him in and kissed him on the forehead.
Balling.
Yeah.
Big booty shaking. That's all I got, man. You got anything else?
I have lots of stuff to talk about.
Well, let's save it for next episode. All right, make sure to like and follow all of our social media pages.
website,
interns,
articles, interns.
Fucking email us, man, if you want to work.
Yeah, I would like some evidence of what you can do as well. Like, I mean, if you're only proficient in a couple of the things that we need, that's fine.
Honestly, if you're great at Excel, I'll probably just accept you on that, because if you can learn Excel really well, you can learn the rest of it.
Honestly, Excel's the most difficult Microsoft program.
Yeah. If you can learn Excel, let me know.
If you know Excel better than me, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Love you guys.
You might need to be able to cook.
Cooking up in the kitchen?
No, and just like, what if we grill?
Okay, fair enough. Oh, we could have a fan meetup.
Uh-huh.
That would be dope.
I'm thinking ahead.
Okay. Thanks for thinking of our future.
Keep peaked.
Sneaky Athletic.